Good evening folks, tonight we're going to be looking at the Amiga A501, which is a 512k expansion card for the Amiga 500. These have got a built-in clock battery, backup battery I should say, and quite often over time they do leak, and unfortunately this one looks like it has succumbed to a leaking battery. As you can see, we've got some blue colouring on the side of the PCB itself, and on the top the copper's oxidised and got that sort of green crusty coating on it. So we'll open it up and see how bad the damage is. I've already started to desolder the tabs here, but there is quite a lot of solder on, so I just thought I'd give myself a fighting chance. Also the solder wick I'm using isn't the best, so I'm just gonna, these are really good, was it Electrolube flux pen, just add a little bit extra flux onto the joint, and it should hopefully help with this cheap solder wick. Now, like I say, we'll have a look at the condition and see what the crack is. They're not that difficult to come by, to be honest, on eBay. So yeah, if it's terminal, we'll bin it. I'll see what we can salvage off it, and if it's not too badly damaged, then we might be able to repair it. Yeah, so that's that one, that's that one. Right, just this last one, which has been proven to be quite tricky. Excuse me. Flux on that. It doesn't help either that this tip on this soldering iron isn't that big. There's not much contact area on it, it's quite a fine point, but that'll be resolved next week as I'm expecting delivery of a new soldering iron, nice temperature controlled one. So yeah, that'll make things a bit easier. Right, so here goes. Sharp intake of breath. And this side doesn't look too bad. So we've got a small piece of plastic for insulation, obviously, and so a quick inspection doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that side of the board certainly looks fine. The big question is what's on this side, and yep, we do have a leaking battery, as you can see. Yeah, it's not been sort of very well assembled. They've obviously, this is a GP battery, not the Vata, so it's only got one contact, whereas the Vata obviously has one at this side and two at the other side. So I think the best thing we can do first of all is get rid of that battery. Now we could just wiggle this. I'm not a big fan of that, so I will try and just desolder it. So that's our 2 points. I'll just add a little bit of fresh solder onto the joint. And here. Now on this connection here, this is on the ground plane, so that'll take quite a substantial amount of heat to take it off. So it may, oh, that came out fairly easy. And I'm just obviously applying a bit of pressure from the back, i.e. pulling it just as I heat up the joint, and that looks not too bad. That's come off quite easily. And then we'll just, using our solder wick again, just dab up any excess that we've left on the board. Cool. So let's have another inspection here. Yeah, sorry, we can't see that. Doesn't actually look too bad. I don't think there's any damaged traces, but there's certainly a bit of damage to the board. You know, the actual solder mask looks like it's been damaged. Bit of oxidization. That resistor looks like it's been. You can see the actual rings. It may be just because the rings on the resistor are actually metallized that it's you know, it's just oxidized and corroded those off. So they might actually be fine. What we'll do is we'll give it a quick clean with some isopropyl alcohol. These are great, these little pump bottles. If you've not seen them, you just pump it and it pops out and leaves a little vessel on the top with some alcohol on it. And yeah, we'll just chuck loads of isopropyl alcohol on there. And on the other side, we'll just brush over this where we chopped that flux on. But you know, it doesn't harm just to clean the whole board with isopropyl alcohol, just in case there's any residues on there that over time might cause us problems. So let's have a look at that again. Obviously the alcohol will evaporate. And I think, to be honest, I think we might have got away okay with that. That's cleaned up relatively well. Obviously there's still a little bit of green down in there, but I'll give that a scrub up. I'll check that solder joint, maybe redo it. But yeah, that looks not too bad. Yeah, so there's the memory itself, the Motorola chips. We've got a Texas Instrument package there. Okay, what else? We've got a couple of, I think the resistor arrays. Yep. And that's pretty much it. That was a crystal for a clock. And that's about it. So that looks like it might have survived, but I shall test it and let you know in the comments. We can replace this if we want with obviously a similar battery, or I think we could possibly put a rechargeable lithium or something in there, something that's not going to leak over and cause us problems again in the future. Well, there we go, guys. Hope that maybe helps you if you want to disassemble it and check for damage. Fairly easy job to do. I'll go ahead just before I finish the video and show you how to reassemble it then. So obviously make sure our insulation piece is back in there. The connector goes to the what am I trying to say? Goes to this side with the lip on, obviously. That just pops in there. And then we have our two tabs on the one side here. This one's not wanting to go in. There we go. and that's it back together. So all you need to do then is just obviously make sure it's held together, and just put a little dab of solder on those 3 tabs, and that's back together again. Right, okay folks, I shall go now. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.